Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steph Crest for the win here, coming at you with another easy tutorial, this time for Crow's Nest. This one's a little bit harder of a level, a more interesting level, so make
Sorry
sure
for
you
the
pay
text.
attention. So, to begin with here, when you're running up these stairs, at the very top ledge, you can jump off that, so you can perfectly time it so that you can jump and turn around to go down here. I grabbed the BR here. It's not necessarily important because you can get a BR later, but I grab it for the extra ammo. As you can see, I was shooting there right where you need to jump in order to crouch jump up there, just to keep your speed so you're not stopping and going around through stairs and stuff, just to optimize your movement. Make sure to grab those grenades that I was shooting at if you want to do this strat that's coming up next. About the BR, you don't really necessarily need it. You could use an assault rifle to kill some of the enemies and then switch to the BR later, but it's really up to you. So what I was talking about earlier is if you throw a grenade right in between these fusion coils and you run ahead of it, you can get a nice little boost across this area to save some time instead of walking everywhere. Make sure to headshot these enemies that are coming around the corner. There'll be a bunch of them so that they don't like obstruct your way to the door over here. First thing you want to do when you enter through this door over here is to shoot this fusion coil because there's generally enemies that stand near it. And the number one thing you want to do in this room is as soon as possible jump past those stairs that I'm shooting at because that triggers the phantoms spawning in front of you. Phantoms won't fly in unless you cross that barrier line. Make sure you kill all these grunts in the area. Pick up their grenades if possible. Right here is a corner that I throw a plasma grenade at. As soon as the enemies drop, they'll all die from one grenade. Just make sure to shoot the brute, because sometimes you can survive through that. Once again, throw the grenade in the same spot and kill the other jackals, and then throw another grenade right where I threw that, and it kills the brute and a few grunts, and then usually there's one more grunt that drops down that you just need to kill. Just a quick way to kill all those enemies. Right there where I ran towards that fusion coil, there's an extra frag grenade, so if you need a frag grenade, just go over there and grab it. Grab extra plasma grenades around the room because there's always extra grenades lying around from the grunts. Usually. I mean, there's been times where it doesn't happen. So the first strat to clear out the second phantom is to shoot all three grunts in the head. Immediately run up, melee the brute, and then headshot him. And then for the third wave, you want to throw a frag grenade perfectly timed right as the brute is falling. As you can see on my screen, if you see him falling, that's right when you want to throw that grenade. And then it'll kill both jackals and brute at the same time. Here's the IL strat. I wouldn't recommend doing this in a full game run because it's kind of hard, but you want to shoot the grunts from really far away, then chuck a grenade and then shoot the brute, and then chuck another grenade and shoot the rest of them. It's not very easy, but it saves you a shit ton of time, so it's really up to you. I guess it's a good way to improve your IO time. I don't recommend walking around like I did there. You should have just walked through the other door, but... And as you can see, I just walked over that extra BR. That's where you could grab the BR if you didn't grab it earlier. But I don't like doing that because you don't get very much ammo in the BR, and I just prefer having it over the half second you lose walking around to get it. Here, if you don't have a bunch of grenades, you can usually get a plasma grenade drop from a couple of those brutes dead right there, or grunts dead right there. So if you need any plasma grenades, just check that area. It's not a large time loss, so you might as well check it out. Coming up is the drone fight, and what you want to do for the drone fight is immediately take a left up here and get on the turret and then shoot right at the pipe opening, because all the drones come out of the pipe except for the ones that are right in front of that marine to the right. And you just keep shooting until your red reticule is gone, and then immediately take off the turret and shoot the rest of the drones. I mean, you can use a BR if you want to kill some of these guys, but if there's a large amount of drones, I recommend carrying the turret with you to kill the rest of them, because they can fly all over, and if you miss some BR shots, you're losing time. You'll notice I picked up a plasma pistol a long time earlier. You could grab one there during the drone fight. It's really up to you where you grab it, but you're going to need it for up here. Here's a nice little slide jump. It doesn't really do that much, but you'll also notice I don't have equipment. Make sure you jump over these grab lifts so you don't pick that up, because the brute chieftain will drop a flare or an invincibility, and you want to be able to pick it up so it's not hard to pick up this hammer right here. When you're shooting that plasma pistol, you want to make sure to shoot him whenever he's crouching, because whenever he's crouching, he tends to not jump away when you shoot the plasma pistol. So then you pick up his hammer. Sometimes you'll have a little low hammer ammo there, but it's okay. You drop down to this tunnel, and what you want to do is, during the Cortana scene, you want to keep moving forward across it. Try to stay in the middle of the grate, then crouch, and then throw the frag grenade directly down, and it'll stay perfectly in that spot where you throw it, right in front of the grate, so it pops it up, and then you swing your hammer on the down drop of you jumping. And right as you get to the top of the grate, you want to swing your hammer and you go flying down the tunnel. There's another one right there. What you want to do is aim a little bit higher than vertical, and then right as you're at the tip of the grate, you jump and swing your hammer. I tend to jump, then swing on that. So quickly jump, then swing. What I was trying to show there was the flare can be used to equipment jump if you didn't get a good enough boost over the water. So you can use the flare as a backup strat to jump over that little ledge. Sometimes you'll get stuck in the elevator as well because you'll go too far right. If that's the case, just walk out of that little corner of the elevator and you can get out. As you can see, I could jump on the microphone and get into the elevator. Here, there's two strats to clear out the brute pack fight really easy. One is if you have a large amount of sticky grenades, stick those two brutes, then stick the brute in the back right here. Generally, it kills all three. Unfortunately for this one, it didn't kill all three, so you'll see me kill an extra brute down here. And then, once you kill the 4 up top, you gotta kill the 4 down here that spawn at the door. And then after you kill these 4 guys, you kill the last remaining 2. So what happens in this sequence of order is you kill the first 2, that spawns the 4 up top, you kill the 4 up top, it spawns the 4 down low, you kill the 4 down low, and you still have 2 more left that you need to kill. The 2 kind of randomly fly around, so it's hard to tell where they're going to be at any point in time. Here, this is the second way you can do it. You can jump on this little thing on the elevator, and you can jump through that gap up there early, and then throw a frag grenade at the fusion coil back there and shoot the extra brute. It kills 2 brutes instantly. The problem with this is it's going to spawn the 4 up top pretty quickly, so you got to be ready to stick this guy right there and then swing your hammer to kill the other 2. The hammer is really good for clearing out a lot of the brutes really quickly, especially the 4 brutes up top and the 4 brutes down low, so make sure you use the hammer. Fortunately, sometimes you have low hammer ammo, so you have to kind of just randomly do things. Here's a backup strat if you don't get on the Pelican. It doesn't work very often, but it's just there if you need to try it. You just jump on the the fusion coil and then swing your hammer and it boosts you up. But most of the time it'll just end up killing you. Like I was saying, oh, and on the elevator you can jump up on the back of the elevator so that you don't get squished, which loses like a little bit of time. I mean, it doesn't kill you, but it's just a little bit of a optimization. So here you'll do another box launch, and for this box launch, I swing or jump and then swing. I tend to look up a little bit higher above vertical, and right as you're about to hit the top of the box, like jumping wise, like with your aim cursor, you want to swing, because that's where you'll get your most speed and distance, or whatever you want to say. Here's another box launch. This box launch is a little tricky. It's hard to get a really good straight box launch off of this one. Sometimes you'll get lucky and bounce off the wall. You can melee the box into position to get it a little bit better, but it's also a little inconsistent as well, because a lot of times you'll go and fly over the bomb, which isn't a good thing. But I mean, it's really up to you how you want to go about that box launch. No matter what, it's always tricky to get a really good launch out of it, so I mean, I would try it a few times and figure out what works for you. Here, you throw a frag grenade against the wall to get a little extra boost, because you can swing your hammer through the Cortana scene. It gives you a little extra distance on there and saves your time. Down here, what you need to do is you do a drone fly, and what you do is empty your clip a little bit, I guess shoot some enemies so they get out of your way, anything, and then hit RB and B repeatedly, alternatingly. As fast as possible, and it'll drone fly across. Here in this hallway, you can do it either going to where you need to go or ending the mission. You can throw a grenade at the cone and it gives you a little boost forward. Once again, here I throw grenades to skip through the doorway. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, and one more box launch. So here, what I normally do is I look directly ahead of me horizontally, then hit A and swing at the same time. Because what happens is when you do that, you're about to swing right as you hit the top of the box. So that's my timing method for that. I swing and jump at the same time instead of what I normally did, which was jump and then swing. So that was Crow's Nest in a nutshell. There's a few strats in here that I didn't mention that are a little like more IL advanced strats, and I'm trying to focus this more for a full game run. But this is a pretty good tutorial for, you know, just finishing Crow's Nest at a really good pace on a full game run. So thanks for watching, and Sabo Highway will be up next soon.
This place will become your tomb.